A very good evening to you. My name is Josephine Frimpong and welcome to Mission. Tonight on Mission, we look at accessibility for persons with disability. Our first story, the Ghana Standards Authority says it has finished developing the accessibility guidelines which will ensure all contractors comply with a standard for easy access by persons with disability. The Executive Director of the authority, Elizabeth Adetola, says what is left now is architectural designs for approval.
On Monday, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection launched a program dubbed National Campaign for Disability-Friendly Public Places. The program is an initiative of the Ghana Federation of the Disabled, and the idea was submitted to the Ghana Standards Authority for Design 3 years ago. The authority, in collaboration with the Federation and the Gender Ministry, is expected to come out with the guidelines by first week in September this year. Section 60 of the Disability Act states that owners of public and private buildings should make their facilities accessible to and available for use by persons with disability. The 10-year moratorium has ended, and the Ghana Federation of the Disability Organizations say they will sue defaulters of the law.
Now the punishment is fully activated, so if anybody does not comply with any provision of the act, then the person is liable to either a fine, term of imprisonment, or both of them.
The standards guidelines are expected to guide architects and contractors in putting up buildings.
This standard will tell you exactly what you do, maybe how to enter the door, how big the door should be, what the walkway should be, what the footpath should be. You should have a ramp for those with wheelchairs. That's what the standard is basically talking about. What is the height and things like that. What we can do is that when they are building, we can check the cement, we can check the iron rods, we can make sure they meet the standard. But to enforce the fact that this standard is being done by a regulator.
The Deputy Executive Director said the process has delayed because over 200 diagrams are being assessed to ensure they meet the specification, and also because a consensus had to be reached by all stakeholders. Persons with disability have often complained of ramps being either too steep or too high. This affects access to buildings and other facilities. Elizabeth Adetola said the standard guidelines, when completed and enforced, would be mandatory and hopeful of its full implementation and compliance.
Now, access to polling station remains a challenge for persons with disability. In the just-ended voter exhibition and re-registration exercise, our news team and an executive member of the Ghana Federation of Disability Organization taught some centers to access the situation.
Persons with disability have cited inaccessible polling stations as a violation of the constitutional rights of adult suffrage. At Accra Newtown, the news team and the advocacy office of the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations were confronted with the first hurdle. Climbing the stairs was another challenge, but registration officials explained they assisted persons with disability during the exercise.
The election process is quite different from this verification process. Because with the election, you may have about 5 or so different tables to attend to, and we are voting both presidential and parliamentary. And so with that, I don't think the person we can do it the way we are doing it during this time. The best way is for us to help the person to climb up, then pass through the process.
But the advocacy officer was not convinced.
If we are talking about free and fair election, which people should be able to move freely and to participate in the election. But the kind of assistance they are talking about, I don't see it. On election day, are they going to organize people to stand by and be carrying persons with disability on wheelchairs and other things, and those using crutches? Is that what they are going to do?
He reiterated the need to ensure polling stations were secured against any form of chaotic scenes.
If we are able to speed up, fast track their voting and let them leave the scene, it will reduce the risks.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Nana Oyelita, has affirmed building permits from next month will be issued only after it had passed a required standard to meet the needs of persons with disability. She's convinced this will reinforce Section 60 of the Disability Act 715.
Public facilities should be disability friendly. I mean, what is the gradient of a ramp for visually impaired? How should they make their buildings disability friendly? So together with Ghana Standards Authority, we are developing standards. They have finished the final drafts, but are left with the architectural drawings. So by September, this will be ready.
On Mission, we generate critical information that inform the choice of the electorates in the elections. Mission is sponsored by Star Ghana, the NIDA, UK Aid and European Union. That's how we wrap up for Mission tonight. My name is Josephine Frimpong. Many thanks for watching.